Suzuka Masterclass. What a roller coaster of a race. From Kimi Antonelli already rewriting the history books again at the age of 19, more graphics drama, and Behrman Shunt setting the F1 world on fire. The start. McLaren's resurrection. Suzuka never misses, but I don't think anyone quite expected McLaren's launch. Kimi Antonelli had quite a sluggish start and ended up getting swallowed up by the pack. He dropped all the way to P6 at the first corner. But the McLaren boys, Oscar to first and Lando to third. Third time's the charm for Oscar after his nightmare of a season so far. He even joked about it, saying,
"Turns out when we start these things, we're pretty good."
The hunting pack and the ping pong. It didn't take long for the silver arrows to start hunting. Silver filled the mirrors of Oscar Piastri as Russell was getting closer and closer. George was a man possessed, stalking Oscar through every corner. We saw more of this ping pong action that has been non-stop in the 2026 season so far. The high-speed back and forth of cars losing and gaining power. But behind them, it was all tactics. Leclerc was holding off Norris, who was desperately trying to keep away a recovering Kimi Antonelli. Bear down. I said bear down. Then the heart stopper. Ollie Behrman had a weekend to forget. He had a nightmarish quali and then he crashed in the race. And that crash at the end of it was the expired frosting on the cake. He lost it at Spoon, a massive 50G impact. And then seeing him hobble out of the car, my heart was aching. But thank God we got word that the x-rays were clear and Ollie was conscious and alert.
Okay.
But he's nursing a right knee contusion. Luckily enough, we have quite a bit of a break, so he'll have more than enough time to get right back on his feet again. So we got a safety car. And George wasn't very happy. The timing, as he liked to call it, was unbelievable. George had literally just pitted a lap prior. He missed that free safety car stop by literal seconds. Timing in F1 has always been everything. And unfortunately this time it didn't work out in George's favour. Pierre Gasly on top. The restart was all Antonelli, but the real scrap was for P7. Two former Red Bull teammates, Max Verstappen and Pierre Gasly, were going at it. Verstappen was crawling all over the Alpine, but Gasly refused to be intimidated. He camped on that inside line. Even Max had to admit over the radio, Gasly is quick. Precision versus simplicity. Let's be honest, who actually misses those extra decimals? I do. I'm a bit frustrated because these new graphics trade precision for simplicity by showing gaps to only 1 decimal place instead of 3. It's hiding the high stakes margin that literally defines F1. I don't want rounded up racing, I need to know exactly how far behind a car is. The mushroom power is back. Later in the race, it was Ferrari versus Ferrari again. But Charles Leclerc used that mushroom power to surge ahead. Hamilton dropped back a bit and then briefly jumped Norris. However, Lando snapped that back shortly after. But up front, Antonelli was in a completely different postcode, over 13 seconds clear. Is anyone else getting flashbacks? Clean air, fast car, talented driver. It's the Antonelli trifecta. The history books. Antonelli record machine. But let's be real, we literally can't have a race weekend without Antonelli breaking another world record. With his win, Kimi officially takes the championship lead for the first time, making him the youngest driver ever to head the Formula 1 standings since Lewis Hamilton in 2007. Kimi was only 1 or 2 back then. He's also the first Italian to win back-to-back Grand Prix since the legend Alberto Ascari. And that was all the way back in 1953. We're literally watching a 70-year curse evaporate in real time. Right now, Kimi is winning the intra-team battle at Mercedes. And while George is shouting on the radio about unbelievable safety car luck, the points table doesn't lie. On the other side of the garage, Oscar Piastri managed to secure P2, getting the first podium for McLaren this year. And after holding Russell off, Leclerc managed to get P3. But the story of 2026 is already written in stone. The new era has a new king, and his name is Kimi Antonelli. That's it for Suzuka. If you enjoyed this breakdown, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything that's happening this season. But I want to know what you think. Do you think that Kimi Antonelli can be the world champion this year? Or do you think this is just some beginner's luck? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the grid.